Atlanta News First Plus starts now.
Thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. I am Maria Moreau with Catch Up Quick, your holiday edition. We're going to talk all things Thanksgiving and give you your First Alert forecast. But first, there's some breaking news we're following that we want to catch you up on as we call this Catch Up Quick. Let's take you out to DeKalb County. This is a scene we've been following all morning long. Right now, under investigation after flames ripped through this DeKalb County home. The good news in all of this is that the homeowner is safe, but his childhood memories all went up in smoke. Atlanta News First Don Shipman is with the First Alert breaking news tracker along Glen Haven Drive, where the overnight winds likely helped fan the flames.
This was a big fire. Now, during the overnight, fire trucks were lining the street right here, and I want to show you this. Take a look at the house. This is what's left of this house right here, and the person who lived here is now left with trying to figure out what he's going to do next. It's not the Thanksgiving morning anyone wants. A DeKalb homeowner woke up to his house on fire.
I just heard a popping noise in the basement, and I opened the door of the basement, and it looked like my car was on fire.
Jeff King raced outside to his attached garage along Glen Haven Drive, but it was too late.
So I guess I thought I could start it up and move it, but the whole car was gone. The whole thing was engulfed by the time I opened the door, and it about knocked me down. I almost passed out.
The flames were intense. I want to show you this right here. That is his garage, and look at that. You can see the ceiling caved in on what's left of King's classic car, a 1980 Delta 88. That's destroyed. The home he grew up in, badly damaged, if not also destroyed.
My parents built this house. We're building this when I was born. I've lived in it since I was like 3 months old.
DeKalb firefighters spent several hours battling the wind-fueled flames. Investigators will determine what sparked the 1 a.m. fire, which caved in a portion of the roof. Thankfully, King escaped without injuries, but decades of memories were lost.
I'm just grateful to God I'm still alive.
So again, thankfully, he was not injured. We'll keep you posted on the fire investigation. We're in DeKalb. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And take a look at your screen. Right now, there is a huge incentive to try and figure out who killed a Georgia State University student over the summer. LaGrange City leaders just approved a $10,000 reward for tips leading to the arrest in the death of 19-year-old Javion Dukes. Dukes was a junior at Georgia State. He was killed in the shooting back in June on Seminary Street that we reported to you. 6 other people were wounded, and that new reward is in addition to the existing $2,000 that is already being offered through Crime Stopper. So any information that leads to an arrest that helps police and authorities with this investigation could yield you $12,000, keep in mind. So if you have, again, any information on this case, please come forward. We have a link for you, as well as the numerous numbers that you can call to provide that tip, even anonymously, on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. And the story that has been dominating Georgia high school sports, championship dreams now deferred for 2 high school football teams. The upcoming game between Gainesville and Langston Hughes has been postponed. Now, if you've been keeping up, this is all stemming from a massive brawl that broke out at last Friday's game between Gainesville and Brunswick High School. On Wednesday, Gainesville filed a lawsuit against Georgia High School Association to lift the suspensions of 30 players. And within hours, a Hall County judge ruled in favor of Gainesville. Then, hours after that, the GHSA filed an appeal against the court, ultimately ruling that Gainesville will not play until that appeal is reached. So we are kind of in a limbo right now, and of course, for the players, for the families, and for the community that look forward to supporting these games, they're waiting to hear what comes of it as things continue to progress. We're going to stay on top of this and bring you the latest in our free Atlanta News First app. It is Thanksgiving, so it's only right to talk about Thanksgiving, and more people
Are you
this
doing
year,
the cooking for Thanksgiving this
instead of
year?
getting
Data from
together
Booking
and
app
cooking
Open
dishes, they're
Table shows
opting
Thanksgiving
to
Day
stay out
dinner
of the kitchen
reservations
and
are up
dine
13%
out. Atlanta News
year over
First,
year.
Bridget Spencer went to Mary Mac's Tea Room.
Thanksgiving Day
one
is
of the
our second
restaurants
busiest
that
day
are
of the
ready to
year.
serve up
Mary
some
Mac is one of the
Thanksgiving
restaurants in
feasts.
Atlanta that will keep their doors open for the holiday.
I think it's just given.
Are you doing the cooking for Thanksgiving this year? Data from Booking app Open Table shows Thanksgiving Day dinner reservations are up 13% year over year.
Thanksgiving Day is our second busiest day of the year.
Mary Mack is one of the restaurants in Atlanta that will keep their doors open for the holiday.
I think it's just giving everybody an opportunity, to focus on each other and not focus on actually cooking or cleaning up or, having to serve anybody.
They spent the day before serving pre-cooked meals that people can reheat at home.
I have 3 young kids under the age of 5 and knew that with family coming, it would be too stressful for me to cook this year.
Catherine Krantz says she will spend that valuable time she gained from not having to cook with her family.
Definitely, my parents are getting older, and as they get older, you start thinking about you might not have as much time with them anymore, so just time to be together.
General Manager Tina Leftwich says she's glad to welcome families and solo diners.
And they really appreciate it because a lot of people are traveling for work or, that maybe they don't have family here. And it gives them a place to come and get some good home cooking that they might not get at staying at a hotel or just being by themselves.
She hopes they're sending a strong message that everybody is welcome to celebrate and give thanks with them.
Don't have to spend it alone.
Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
And sorry about that earlier. Sometimes my videos want to play out in order and sometimes they don't. But I did want to give you that option that if you are not looking to cook today, but you do want to celebrate Thanksgiving, there are plenty of restaurants and organizations that are helping you do so. Speaking of which, here at Atlanta News First, we love to be in the community and help however we can. And we are partnering up with Hosea Helps now for some Thanksgiving magic. So a lot of families this year in particular say that they are struggling. They're facing food insecurity, and Thanksgiving can be an intimidating time to put food on the table. So our partnership with Hosea Helps, the organization that is helping to feed families across Metro Atlanta, well, they are getting together today, right now, to give out Thanksgiving meal boxes. They'll be available throughout the day as this mission continues through the holiday season. And again, Atlanta News First, a proud partner. Our very own anchor, Sydney Stallworth, spoke to the folks getting ready to help.
You can't do this work without being touched by what people are going through.
And millions of Georgians are going through some of their toughest struggles yet ahead of a holiday centered around food and family.
Mothers telling us they lost their son last year and they think about him at Thanksgiving. It's a very bittersweet time for a lot of families.
A time made even more bitter by the uncertainty brought by the recent federal government shutdown, SNAP slowdowns, and now stricter restrictions on who gets those benefits.
We have seen almost a 50% rise, if not more, of the need.
Volunteers and workers packed bags late Wednesday night preparing to feed families for free Thanksgiving morning.
We're going to give away turkeys, produce, food, drinks, whatever else we can get our hands on.
With special bags packed for our unhoused neighbors.
And heat up stuff where they are, which is very important because we get a lot of walk-ups. They say, look, we don't have a house, but we're hungry. So what am I supposed to do? Tell them, well, it's nothing for you. No, I make sure we have food prepared just for them so they can be a part of the celebration too.
An organization founded by a civil rights legend.
This is what Hosea Williams, our founder, and his wife, Juanita Terry Williams, this is what they would want us to do because they started this 55 years ago.
Sticking to a mission to cater to the humanity in us all.
They want their kids happy just like you and me. They want food on the table. They want their lights left on. That's why we do rent assistance and utility assistance. It's more than just the food for us. And it hits us deep in our soul right here because we understand we're there for you.
And of course, we have a link for you on our website at atlantanewsfirst.com. I wanted you to take a look at your screen here. It is colder than what we were experiencing earlier this week, and a lot of you, thankfully, are staying indoors as you enjoy your holiday feast. But we have a lot up ahead, including Black Friday and a holiday weekend for you all to enjoy. So I want to bring in First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Thanks, Maria. Yeah, highs today about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday, where we got to 68 degrees. Today, we are looking at highs in the lower 50s. So that's a bigger a big departure from what we have been dealing with. This above average temperature pattern is coming to a quick halt, and it starts today. 53 the high temperature as we move into tonight. Temperatures will be below freezing. How about a 19-degree temperature up in Blairsville? It's going to be very, very, very cold. 28 in LaGrange, Griffin, 29 Thomaston. All of us should be below freezing, including Metro Atlanta. 30 degrees in the city. Suburbs should easily drop into the 20s. Tomorrow, it actually gets colder than today, as most spots do not get out of the 40s. So if you are heading for football, shopping, anything to do outside tomorrow, it's going to be very cold. And again, a little bit colder than today. Then I'm watching rain back in the forecast. We have 2 first alert weather days for Sunday and Tuesday, and that is for widespread rain to potentially impact Sunday, the bigger travel day. Tuesday, we're kind of back to normal next week, and it could definitely impact your routine. I'll get to that in a second. High pressure building in from Mississippi. It's keeping us nice and mostly sunny. We see on first alert radar to the north, several areas of lake effect snow still ongoing across the Great Lakes and into interior New England. That should wind down over the next day or so. Travel forecast, looking at the rest of the day today, looks good across the country. Tomorrow also looks good. But looking into Saturday, an area of low pressure looks to spin up in Missouri and push a lot of snow through areas of Iowa, northern Illinois, including Chicago, Wisconsin, Michigan, most of Indiana, over toward Ohio. This is going to be a pretty significant system for Saturday. Good news is that by Sunday, that starts to lift up into Canada. We're on the tail end of it here, and we do see a fairly good chance of rain on Sunday, which possibly could impact travel. I'm not saying this to be a huge, heavy rain producer, more of a steady rain out there as we go into a Sunday and Sunday afternoon. Monday, you see the rain icon. We're going to talk about that too. That's for Monday night, really. And then Tuesday is the next first alert weather day for more widespread rain to come in. And then Wednesday starts to dry things out. So looking ahead to Sunday here, a closer look, we have steady showers through most of the day. They clear out Sunday night. Going into Monday, we'll see the next system start to spin up to the west and start to push rain in our direction. But through most of the day, we should be dry Monday. Then we look at Monday night as widespread rain pushes in, and then check out Tuesday morning. It is going to be potentially a soaker out there. We've got widespread heavy rain across the entire state, including North Georgia. Through the day, we're going to continue to see rain through the morning. We could see some drying by the afternoon, but notice this area of low pressure through the Carolinas is likely to spread quite a bit of snowfall through the Ohio Valley, up and into New England. Should be a very nasty storm up there on the East Coast. Mid-Atlantic, this is Tuesday going into Wednesday. Again, not huge travel day since we're kind of out of the holiday, but definitely could be very impactful. And we're talking about the possibility of maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain in Georgia. Hopefully that is enough to sort of continue to help out our ongoing rain deficit. Other than that, it's going to be very chilly and breezy the next few days, freezing mornings, and while the lows overnight do warm up into next week, the days do stay chilly. No day nowhere close to 60 degrees, so we are looking at some below average temperatures to stick around, not just for this 7-day forecast, but also going into the foreseeable future. It looks like below average temperatures will be into the first about 10, well, maybe not 10 days, but at least the first week or so of the month of December as we change months. And it does look like, again, we will be looking at some of these chilly conditions sticking around definitely through the holiday weekend and into next week.
Thank you for watching ANF Plus. For more breaking news, live coverage, and your community stories, download the Atlanta News First app. You can also watch us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. To join the conversation on YouTube Live, visit our channel and hit subscribe. You can also listen to the Atlanta News First podcast by searching Atlanta News First on your preferred listening platform.